Maia Make in Mendix 11.10 received a couple of super helpful upgrades that make it better to use, increases the quality of the generated content, and generates even more elements. Maia can now generate constants, JavaScript actions, and even set up folder structures for you. And on top of that, there are a few key highlights that make Maia Make in 11.10 an even better experience. Let's dive in. Maia Make can now load data from URLs that you share with it. This means that Maia will be able to load the data from this URL, read and understand the information from the provided website, and can use the information to set up an application or take that information and use it when responding to your questions. Studio Pro now works as an MCP server. By turning on the MCP server in Studio Pro, you can connect from any MCP client and use the same tools that we use for Maia with your own agent. This means you can generate microflows, domain models, pages, and more directly from your AI agent of choice. Center of Excellence teams invest heavily in building reusable components, but making sure those are actually used across projects is a constant challenge. Teams often reinvent functionality or miss approved solutions entirely, which leads to inconsistency, compliance risks, and lost ROI on reusable assets. With the Marketplace Recommender in Maia Plan, reuse is built directly into the planning phase. As Maia generates user stories, it automatically suggests relevant components from the marketplace. This includes platform-supported public components, as well as everything available in your private marketplace, making your reusable assets visible and actionable exactly when your team defines their solutions. And if you use company-approved components, Maia will only recommend those, making sure that every new project starts with your standards, architecture, and governance policies as a baseline. Now, the result is greater reuse, stronger compliance, and maximum ROI on your reusable components, which are applied from the very first requirement. Keeping Mendix apps up to date with new major versions is essential to benefit from platform improvements, performance gains, and long-term support. In practice, however, updating often requires changes that can be difficult to detect and plan for. Deprecated APIs, behavioral changes, and hidden warnings can create update friction, especially when they're detected late. To address this, we are introducing the Update Assistant. This is a new panel in Studio Pro that is designed to become the central place for everything related to updating your app. The goal of the Update Assistant is to show you exactly what needs to change to move to the next major version, so you can prepare your application ahead of time and update with far fewer problems. In this first release, it highlights usages of outdated deprecated Java APIs and shows deprecated warnings directly from your model. And this is just the beginning. We're planning to extend the Update Assistant with JavaScript API checks and offer to automatically resolve issues found in Java and JavaScript code next. Our goal is to make updating predictable, transparent, and fast, so you can always use the latest platform features and the full power of Mendix. We're excited to announce the release of Capital Connector 2512. This is an incremental update to Capital Connector 1.1, but you may notice a big change in the version number, and that's intentional. From now on, the Capital Connector will follow the Capital release cycle. Capital Connector 2512 is fully aligned with and supports Capital 2512. This release also introduces support for new Capital REST APIs, expanding what you can do with the connector. For example, batch retrieve and batch update designs, perform full CRUD operations on product plans, including designs attached to a project, retrieve attached project data and filter it using combinations such as type and key or project name and ID, and retrieve library items and filter for specific parts. With these additions, Capital Connector 2512 now delivers 100% coverage of all publicly available Capital REST APIs. This release strengthens alignment with Capital, expanding integration capabilities. Try it out and let us know what you think. After posting our meetups on the Meetup platform for the past 10 years, we're switching to the Mendix Events app on April 1st. After using both platforms for the last 6 months, we're now switching to the Events app full-time and shutting down the groups on the Meetup platform. The new Events app makes it easy to find an event because it provides an overview of all the upcoming events and lets you filter by title, country, event type, and more. When you've found an event that you want to attend, click on it to view the event details, see who else is joining, and register yourself. The great thing is that you can do all this with your Mendix account. No need to create or maintain a separate account for the Meetup platform anymore. And for people who want to attend but don't have a Mendix account yet, we've added guest registration so they can still join the fun. We'll be adding new features and improving your event experience over time. So go to mendix.com/community-events to check it out and register for your next event. See you at the next meetup. We're about to make a big announcement about the future of the Mendix platform. So if you want to be the first to hear about it, register at mendix.com/watch-new and you'll be the first to know how we are taking your Mendix experience to the next level. And that rounds up this release. You can find the full list of updates in the release blog on mendix.com/blog and the release notes on docs.mendix.com. You can download Studio Pro 11.10 at marketplace.mendix.com to use all these new features right now. Thank you for watching. I'm Jan de Vries, your low-code host, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, let's see how this goes from Berlin. Maia will only use recommended with your Mendix account. And for people who don't want to I'll just do the whole thing again. Ich bin fertig.